I want to ask you a question. And I want you to really think about the answer before you move on. When you are gone, what will remain of your hands? Not your name on a document. Not a photograph on a shelf. But something you actually made. Something that holds the shape of your thinking, the marks of your tools, the decisions you made on a quiet afternoon in your workshop when nobody was watching. Something that another person can touch, and sit in, and use, and feel the weight of, long after you are no longer here to explain it. For most men, that answer is nothing. Not because they did not care, but because nobody ever told them that the time to build it is now. Not next year. Not when the workshop is better organized. Not when the grandchildren are older. Now. While your hands still work. While your mind is still sharp. While there is still time to get it right. Welcome to Wood Uncle, the channel for men who build things that last. If you are new here, subscribe right now and hit that bell, because what we talk about on this channel is not just woodworking. It is legacy. It is craft. It is the difference between a life that leaves something behind and one that does not. And today we are talking about the single most important project any woodworker can take on. Before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Has there ever been a piece of furniture or a wooden object in your life that was made by someone's hands and carried more meaning than anything store-bought ever could? Drop it in the comments. I want to know what that piece was and who made it. Because that story is exactly what this video is about. Now, the project. There is a debate in the woodworking world about what this project should be. Some people say a rocking chair. Some say a blanket chest. Some say a writing desk. And I have thought about this for a long time. I have thought about what makes a project worthy of being the one. The project. The thing you build not for a client, not for a room, not because you saw it in a magazine, but for the people who will come after you. And I believe the answer is a wooden chest. A hand-built, solid wood, dovetail jointed blanket chest. And I want to tell you exactly why. First, let us talk about what a chest is. Not what it does. What it is. A chest is one of the oldest objects in human civilization. For thousands of years, across every culture on Earth, a wooden chest was where a family kept its most precious things. Wedding linens, letters, the Bible, a child's first shoes, tools passed down from a father, objects that carried the weight of a life. A chest was not furniture. It was a container for memory. And a hand-built chest, made with real joinery and real wood by real hands, carries that meaning in a way that nothing else in woodworking can match. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Why not a rocking chair? And I want to address that directly because a rocking chair is a legitimate answer. It is beautiful. It is personal. It speaks to rest and reflection and the long view of a life well lived. But here is the difference. A rocking chair is for one person at a time. A chest is for everyone. Every generation that comes after you can open that chest, reach inside, and find something of yours. That is not furniture. That is a conversation across time. Tell me in the comments whether you think I am right, or whether you believe another project deserves this title. I genuinely want that debate. Because there is no wrong answer. Only the answer that is right for you. Now let us talk about why you should build this specific project, and not just any chest. Because there are chests, and there are chests. A plywood box with a lid and some hinges is not what I am talking about. What I am talking about is a chest built the way the old masters built them. With hand-cut dovetails at the corners. With solid wood panels that float in their frames. With a lid that fits so well it creates a gentle puff of air when you close it. With hand-forged iron hardware or hand-carved wooden hinges. With a bottom that was fitted and planed, smooth by hand. That kind of chest, and here is why that matters. When you build something to that standard, you are not just building a chest. You are proving something to yourself. You are proving that you have the patience, the skill, and the commitment to do something at the highest level it can be done. That is a feeling that no power tools shortcut and no kit furniture will ever give you. And it is a feeling that stays with you for the rest of your life. If this video is landing somewhere deep, hit that like button right now. And if you are not yet subscribed to Wood Uncle, do it now. Because this is the kind of conversation we have here every single week. Let us talk about the wood. Because the wood you choose for this project matters more than the wood you choose for anything else you will ever build. This chest is not a practice piece. It is not a beginner project. It is the project. And the wood has to be worthy of that, and my recommendation is white oak. And I want to tell you why. White oak is the wood of permanence. It is the wood that built the ships that crossed oceans. It is the wood that has been used for furniture that is still in daily use after 300 years. It is stable, it is strong, it resists moisture and insects, and it ages in a way that no other domestic hardwood can match. The grain deepens over decades. The color shifts from pale gold to warm amber to a rich honey brown that you simply cannot achieve with staying. White oak does not just age. It matures. And a chest built from white oak will look more beautiful in 50 years than it does the day you finish it. The second choice is black walnut. If white oak is permanence, black walnut is legacy. It is darker, richer, and more immediately dramatic. A black walnut chest commands attention in a way that oak does not. It speaks of serious craft and serious intention. And it too ages magnificently, its chocolate tones deepening over decades into something almost impossibly beautiful. If you want the chest to make a statement from the very first day, choose walnut. If you want the chest to earn its beauty over time, choose white oak. Now, the joinery. And this is where I am going to say something that I know will divide the room. If you use pocket hole screws, dowels, or biscuits to join the corners of this chest, you have not built the project I am describing. I am not saying those methods are wrong for other projects. I am saying they are wrong for this one. This chest needs hand-cut dovetails. Here is why. Hand-cut dovetails are not just a joint. They are a signature. When someone opens the lid of this chest 50 years from now and sees those dovetails at the corners, they will know without being told that a human being made this. That it was not assembled from a kit. That real skill, real patience, and real time went into every corner. Dovetails are the thing that separates a chest from a box. I know dovetails are intimidating. I know some of you have tried them and struggled. But here is what I want you to hear. Nobody cuts good dovetails the first time. Or the second time. Or the 5th time. Good dovetails come from practice, from sharp tools, from patience, and from the willingness to keep going when it does not look right yet. And when you finally cut a set of dovetails that fit together the way they are supposed to, you will feel something that I cannot describe in words. You will simply know that you have crossed a line that most people never cross. We are getting close to the end, and I want to make sure you hear the most important part of what I have to say today. Stay with me, the finish. A chest like this deserves a finish that will last as long as the wood itself. And that means no polyurethane, no lacquer, no water-based coating that will yellow and peel in 20 years. This chest deserves a traditional oil and wax finish. Boiled linseed oil worked into the wood in multiple thin coats over multiple days. Followed by a coat of natural shellac to seal and protect. Followed by a final hand-buffed coat of beeswax that will give the surface a warmth and depth that no synthetic finish can produce. And then let it cure for a full week before you put anything inside it. That finishing process takes time. It takes patience. But when it is done, you will have a surface that improves with every passing year. Every hand that touches it leaves a trace of oil. Every season adds a little more depth to the patina. The chest becomes more beautiful the more it is used. That is not an accident. That is what the old masters knew and what most modern finishes actively prevent. Now I want to talk about something that most woodworking videos never discuss. And that is the moment when the chest is finished. The moment you set down your tools, stand back, and look at what you have made. I want you to understand what that moment is. It is not the end of a project. It is the beginning of its life. From that moment forward, the chest exists in the world independently of you. It will be touched by hands you have never met. It will hold objects whose significance you cannot predict. It will sit in rooms you will never see. And it will carry, in every joint and every surface and every decision you made during its construction, a record of who you were and how you worked and what you believed was worth doing well. That is what a hand-built wooden chest is. That is what no other project in woodworking can be. And that is why it is the project every man should build before he dies. So here is what I want you to do. Start planning it today. Not tomorrow. Not after the next project. Today. Decide on your wood. Sketch out your dimensions. Think about who this chest is for and what it will hold. Because those decisions are not just practical. They are the beginning of the conversation you are going to have across time with the people who come after you. And tell me in the comments, are you going to build this? Or have you already built something that carries this kind of meaning? I want to hear every single story. Because those stories are the reason this channel exists. If this video reached something in you today, please share it. Not just with woodworkers. With any man who has ever wondered what he will leave behind. Because that man needs to hear this. Subscribe to Wood Uncle if you have not already. And I will see you in the next one. Build something that lasts. Build something worthy of the hands that will touch it long after yours are still.